Today I'm gonna show you a big hack, how to make a quart of yogurt for 76 cents. And unless you own a time machine and you can go back to 1970, which is 50 years ago, and you won't be able to buy a quart of yogurt for 76 cents. Here are two massive reasons why you should never buy yogurt at the grocery store. Reason number one, freshness and quality. Your homemade yogurt is gonna be far fresher and richer than anything that's been sitting on the supermarket shelf. Reason number two, let's do the math. I bought a gallon of milk at Walmart for $3.07. And this gallon of milk will produce 4 quarts of homemade yogurt, which means each one of these will cost 76 cents each. I'm going to show you the absolute easiest, foolproof way to make yogurt at home. We're gonna use a simple chef's technique and no expensive machinery or equipment is required. All right, so let's look at what we need to make yogurt at home. As you can see, I have these wooden spoons and this rubber spatula here. I have a wooden bowl where we're going to activate the starter. I have my probe thermometer that is an essential tool in the kitchen. Of course, a gallon of milk, and I need a big pot. So this here is our starter. We use this here is the last quart from my last batch of yogurt that I made, and I'm gonna use a big spoonful of it for my starter. You simply put it in the wooden bowl and you kind of like mix it around and leave it at room temperature while you're heating up the milk in the pot. This is how simple this whole process is. If this is the very first time you're making yogurt at home, you will need to buy plain yogurt at the grocery store and use a little bit as a starter. Once when you start making your own yogurt, every time at the end of the batch, you just save a little bit. This particular batch that I'm showing you is over 3 years old. This is when I started it. Every time when I had a little bit yogurt left, I used for the next batch. And this can be done indefinitely. Now we can get started on that yogurt. First of all, I have my pot here and I'm gonna turn that heat to medium. And all we have to do is pour the entire gallon inside the pot. So the heat is on, the milk is in the pot, and as you can see, I have the wooden spoon here. And what I like to do is stir the milk throughout the entire process while the milk is heating up. And I explain you why I do that. You can avoid stirring the milk. You can just leave it and wait for it to start frothing. But if you do that, there is going to be a layer on the bottom of the pot that is going to be difficult to clean because some milk will burn on the bottom. When I stir the milk while it's heating up, I know that the burnt milk on the bottom is not going to be so bad and it's going to be much easier to clean. All right, so as you can see, the milk is starting to froth and come close to boiling temperature. And the reason why you want to froth the milk for a couple of minutes is because this will evaporate some of the water from the milk and your yogurt will turn out to be thick and creamy. Right, so this is it. The milk is frothing. Just make sure it doesn't boil over, so you have to remove it from the heat. But this is what you wanna see. Sorry, I'm sizzling some pork chops here. Okay, so this is exactly what we want to see, and it's gonna make perfect yogurt. I'm just gonna push it from the heat and set it aside. So this is the game plan. Now we wait, and this is where we use the probe thermometer. You can use any kitchen thermometer. Any grocery store has thermometers, and they should be about 10 bucks. It is an essential tool for making yogurt and a great investment as a chef, so buy one. So we need to wait until the milk drops to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is when we introduce the milk starter and transfer the milk into the containers so the yogurt can set. I just want to show you now that the milk has reduced in temperature, and if you can see, it's around 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the ideal temperature for our yogurt to get introduced to the yogurt starter. Okay, so here is my yogurt starter that is nice and activated because it was at room temperature all this time. And all we have to do is get some of that warm milk and put it here and mix it with the starter a little bit, just like this, and all this is gonna go back in the pot just like this. And then we're going to mix the whole thing gently, and we can start putting the yogurt in the containers. You can use whatever containers you want. I just like to use these. For me, they're the best size, and I like to use them. You can use glass jars. You can use glass containers, whatever you like. I just like to use these. And we're just going to put the milk in the quart containers one by one. Just like that. As you can see, nothing fancy, easy stuff. A caveman can do this. As you can see, all the milk is transferred in the containers, and as I promised, we have 4 quarts of yogurt. And now I'm going to show you what we're going to do. All right, so what you are looking at here is a simple styrofoam box. And this styrofoam box is going to hold our yogurt until it sets in. And you don't have to use a styrofoam box. You can use any kind of insulated cooler. And this is it, as simple as that. So if you leave this inside your apartment, if the air conditioning is on, you might want to throw a couple of towels and blankets over it so you make sure it stays nice and warm inside. What I do, I leave it on my balcony outside because I live in Florida and it's hot here. So it's just perfect like this. All right, so as you can see, the yogurt is in the styrofoam boxes, and we are going to leave it overnight. So right now it's 8:42 p.m. and I'm just gonna take it out of the styrofoam tomorrow. Now, how long you should leave your yogurt in the styrofoam box or whatever container you're using? To answer this question is to answer the question of how tart you want your yogurts to be. Now, I happen to come from the country where yogurt was invented, and in my language we call yogurt kyselé mleko, which means tart milk. So the yogurt needs to taste sour like lemon juice. Now, if you don't like it sour and tart like this, all you need to do is let your yogurt ferment for about 4 to 5 hours. I happen to leave it in the boxes for up to 13 hours because I like my yogurt tart and sour. So this is how you make a true Bulgarian kyselé mleko. Okay, good morning. It is the next day. It's 6 a.m. and the yogurt has been here all night, setting up and fermenting and developing the lactic acid and the probiotic bacteria. So it's been 9 hours and it's ready to be taken out and put in the fridge. All right, let me show you what it looks like. So as you can see, the yogurt is perfectly set. So we're gonna put it in the fridge so it can chill real nice and it's gonna be ready to eat tomorrow. All right, so as you can see, we put the yogurt in the refrigerator. Now we're gonna give it 12 to 24 hours to chill perfectly. We do this without the lid because if we put the lid on, the yogurt is still warm, so it's gonna create water condensation on that lid, which you don't want, and that's why we're chilling the yogurt without the lid. Okay, this is it. Right now it's 7:46, so we put the yogurt 6 in the morning in the fridge, so by now it should be nice and chilled. And as I can see how thick it is? Very nice, perfect thickness. I told you it's gonna be thick. Let's give it a try. Oh my God, look at this. You will never buy yogurt like this in the grocery store. The best yogurt is made at home. Wow, incredible. If you want me to show you how to strain the water out of it, write me a comment. Meanwhile, I'll finish this. If you have any questions, use the comment section below. See you in the next one. Bye bye.